Hello, my name is Charlie Fischer, and I'm a freshman at Morristown High School. Today in this video, I'd like to explain the details of my design project. First, I'm going to explain what potential ideas I had. Second, I will discuss the project I did and why I selected it. Third, I will discuss how I executed my project. Fourth, the results of my project. And finally, and most importantly, the key lessons I learned. There were three primary projects that I considered. The first involved me baking desserts and selling them. The skills I hoped to acquire included baking and learning the sales process. The second project was to create a documentary about my football season. I will learn writing and research skills from this. And finally, I wanted to develop a business out of my sports card hobby. I could learn how to negotiate and develop tools and methods to create profits. After exploring those options, I decided that developing a sports card business would be the project I would be most excited to pursue. There are a number of reasons as to why I chose this project. An example of why is because I can improve my negotiation and business skills. Another reason being me and my dad used to collect cards together, so this project also brings me sentimental value. And I also saw an opportunity to make profits by buying, trading, and reselling. I used various tools as the primary source for research, and I determined that the platforms 130 Point and Card Ladder both could reliably help me when figuring out the value of my cards. These sites show historical sales, and they give you a projected value of the card. And there were three primary ways to buy, sell, and trade cards that I used. The first way being that I could go to card shows and deal directly with people. This provides an excellent chance for direct negotiation. Sports card shows are both local and national. Small regional show examples include shows that can be as near as Parsippany in Wayne, New Jersey. Small shows have up to 50 vendors with over 500 attendees, while big shows like the one that I went to in Chicago has 700 vendors and up to 100,000 attendees. Another way that I can buy, sell, and trade is through an online platform called Veriswap. This app allows you to trade cards with other people from across the country. This is done by two people agreeing on a trade and then paying a fee to finalize it. After this is done, both people ship their cards out to a middleman. This middleman makes sure the cards being traded are authentic and to make sure that the people are actually trading the cards they said they would. So essentially, it's an app that lets you trade online without the fear of being scammed. Finally, the convenient but most expensive way to buy and sell cards is through eBay. eBay has a large audience of both sellers and buyers. This gives me lots of options for all card transactions, but the convenience comes at a cost, as transaction fees have the potential to make once profitable purchases into losses. I thought that if I went to a card store and explained how I pick and chose which cards I wanted to buy, it would be easier for people to understand what my project was about. So as you can see, I went to the card store and I was just looking in the cases to see if there's any cards that I liked. Once I found a card that I liked, I would look it up on Card Ladder to determine its value. I like to try and buy a couple of them so I could get a better deal because I'd be buying in bulk. So I would give them an offer on the stack of cards that I would like. And the offer is usually based on like a percentage of what the card or cards are worth. So I usually buy the cards from anywhere from like 80 to 85% of what they're worth, and then try and flip them for 90 to 95% of what they're worth in order to make myself some profit. So if they counter my offer, I really can't come up that much because of how strict I am with my percentages. But I ended up making a deal for a couple of cards. These are some of the cards that I ended up being able to negotiate a deal for. I bought a lot of them so I could hopefully get a better deal since I was buying in bulk. I hope I can flip each one of these for a couple extra bucks. These photos are of the National Sports Card Convention. It's located in Chicago, Illinois, inside the convention center. I went there over the summer. It is known as the biggest sports card show in the whole world, as usually over 100,000 people attend every year. And it truly is a once-in-a-lifetime experience just because if you think of any card in the world, it's probably there. These photos of the cards are of the cards that I either bought or traded for. After participating in over 100 transactions, I learned many crucial real-world skills and improved certain skill sets. In order to have profitable transactions, I need to be informed on the value of the items I'm exchanging. My research from CarLadder provided that to me. This is a lesson that translates to improved decision making. The next thing I learned is that convenience comes at a cost. The convenience of eBay transactions results in high transaction fees and lower profit margins. I also learned that negotiation directly provides the most flexibility and opportunity for completing successful transactions. Perhaps most importantly, face-to-face negotiating has the potential for long-term business relationships. Finally, it was important to create a simple system to track progress to ensure that my objective of growth was actually being realized. So overall, this project has taught me some of the important fundamentals of making a business. Specifically, eliminating the middleman, understanding that convenience comes at a cost, and how to properly account for all the costs associated with building a business.